Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, Billy Joe Saunders. I don't make too many videos about him too often, but I feel like I had to make this one because it's somewhat relevant in the boxing world right now. Billy Joe Saunders, he's looking through his, list of opponents. He's supposed to fight soon, and I know he was supposed to fight on the Canelo Liam Smith undercard at Cowboy Stadium, which would be great exposure for him. So I truly hope that he gets that exposure and he gets a big fight. But I gotta call him out for this one because this is a pretty chump move. And I'm reading this article. The quotes I'm reading are from Sky Sports. So shout out to Sky Sports and all the great work that they do there in England. Here's what Gabriel Rosado says, or what he tweeted in regards to Billy Joe Saunders reportedly ducking him and not signing his end of the contract. He tweeted, I quote, "He shook. I signed my contract a week ago. We are ready. Excuses in why he turned down the fight are pathetic. Cowboy Stadium, HBO pay-per-view, it gets no bigger than that. Hashtag coward." Billy Joe Saunders then had a series of quotes where he states the following. I quote, "First of all, Golden Boy didn't give me the opponent that was originally agreed. Gabriel Rosado was put to me as an alternative, but in my opinion, I don't gain anything in fighting him. For the people who really want me to fight Rosado, I'd be happy to, but he's a world-class journeyman at best, and that's all he is. At the end of the day, I'll fight anyone my promoter puts in front of me. But if I had a choice, it wouldn't be someone like Rosado who would get beat again, and my name wouldn't get any bigger from it. Personally, I don't think there's one single middleweight in the U.S. that would beat me, and that's why Rosado doesn't appeal to me." Now, Billy Joe Saunders. Let me tell you something about Gabriel Rosado. Gabriel Rosado, you can say what you want. He's got those losses, but look at all the killers he fought back to back to back, and he's gotten robbed in a couple fights as well, like the Jillian Love fight. We all know he was robbed in that one. He had success in spurts against Lemieux. He had success in spurts against, Golovkin. He definitely had spurts of success against Peter Quillen. When honestly, that fight was a bit of a premature stoppage, and he probably could have went on to win that one. So he's been in there with guys that you can measure yourself against. It gives you a common opponent, and your name will get bigger off of that because, number one, Rosado's an exciting fighter, and people will tune in to watch him fight. That's number one. Number two, his name is connected to some of the best middleweights out there. So by looking good against him, you can people will be gauging on how you're going to do against Golovkin based on how you do against Rosado. And honestly, I think him saying that he could beat every American middleweight, that's maybe that's valid because honestly, in just about any, excluding welterweight, every other division as far as Americans go, the talent pool is pretty weak. So he's got a point there. He probably does beat every American middleweight, but you can't just say that and then not go out there and prove it. So why not fight Rosado, who is an exciting fighter, definitely TV friendly, on a pay-per-view. If you he's the kind of guy that if you do beat him, it probably will be an exciting fashion just because of his style, and that does nothing but benefit you in your career moving forward. But Billy Joe Saunders to me has always struck me as a guy who doesn't necessarily want to be a great fighter. Yes, he beat a good opponent in Andy Lee, but at the same time, he's ducked. He's priced himself out of the Golovkin fight. I believe he asked for as much as $3 to $4 million. That's unrealistic. Now he's reluctant to fight Gabriel Rosado of all people. So I really don't want to believe anything that Billy Joe Saunders says. I think he's just more content with hanging out on his ranch in the UK and breeding his little horses and doing interviews at IFL TV and fighting nobodies. That's what I think Billy Joe Saunders is content with doing because it makes no sense to turn down an opponent of Gabriel Rosado's caliber on an event like a Canelo undercard. Granted, it might not do that well numbers wise, but Canelo has proven to be the biggest draw in boxing. So why wouldn't you want to at least give yourself that chance to get some next level exposure and further your career against a TV friendly fighter? But that's my take on it. You guys let me know what you think. Do you think that Billy Joe Saunders is ducking Gabriel Rosado, or do you think there's some truth into what he's saying? As Golden Boy didn't really get on the opponent that was initially agreed on, and now Gabriel Rosado has been offered as an alternative, and now he doesn't want that fight. Leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.